time to tell you of one of my gifts. I have been on my channel talking about the gifts and abilities of Elves of Tolkien, and so today I will reveal one of mine that connects to the Elves of Tolkien, and it is why I connect to them so much. It took a long time to discover, but in doing so, maybe I can help others know their own, and if they too are clairsentient, maybe they will discover their own gift and ability tonight as well. Being a clairsentient is a blessing as well as a curse. I feel a bit like Frodo with a heavy ring, or Galadriel with weighted guilt for not sailing to the west. It is one of the hardest challenges to be clairsentient in a world very much perceived as physical. Clairsentience can actually sense the emotions, patterns, and energies around the world that are invisible to others. We sense light and heavy energies within our bodies coming from external circumstances. While some may find it to be a gift, I have come to find it to be a bit of a burden to sense a world that nobody else or very few can sense with you or not trust where you are getting the information from, because you cannot prove the invisible and only you can feel it. You feel definitely a bit isolated with this ability, feeling very misunderstood and oftentimes abandoned, leaving you standing alone in your worlds only you can see. At oftentimes you are a confidant to others, and you do help others heal and discover something inside of them that they have been feeling that they did not know. And this really aids in their healing. The positives of being a clairsentient is the ability to sense the feelings and energies of the past, present, and future simultaneously in order to provide greater understanding to others as well as yourself. We also can sense the future worlds that exist for humanity. Clairsentience can sense the energies, emotions of others, not just in body, but a reading of an inner state of a person. We can tell when someone needs healing. In other ways, yes, clairsentience can read soul energy. We cannot read into specific deeds and acts of an individual, but we can sense the energies brought on by the deeds and acts. We can also tell when the person is lying, guilty, or regretting a past action. We can also sense if someone is sincere and truly has the best intention towards others. Rarely have I been wrong in this, and once again, that in itself is a burden. It is hard to explain our inner visions and sensory. It comes through the mind's eye or heart of intuition, not the physical eye. Sometimes it comes as a strong feeling in the gut, which we see in someone or an event. I don't see color. I sense color and chakra levels. And when I hear about a news event, the actions, deeds, and intentions are easily accessible to me, and I sense what has really happened. I sense easily the truth or the patterns of intention. Intuitives are the least understood people, it seems, because you are dealing with a non-physical sense of the intuition. We are a minority, even though every soul has this intuition. Not many live by it as a major function in everyday life as we do. In other words, we would be great legally blind people. Helen Keller was a perfect example of a clairsentient. In Myers-Briggs personality, this is the INFJ as well as the INFP. And of course, I am an INFJ. When I create music, I am sensing the theme, vibe, or energy of the particular imagery I wish to create with notes. So I decide that I would like to create, and out comes the notes in one take. All songs have been recorded on one single take through feeling and then singing. This is how an intuitive works. We are very fast in flow with feeling energies right away. The topic of spirituality and God is another difficult subject for us. We feel God, the collective consciousness, guiding energies around us. Of course, atheists never will understand this, and there is no outside proof, no matter how much you wish you could show to others. Heretics, mystics, martyrs, and messengers and prophets often are clairsentients in this way, where they are able to see or sense or feel something that no one else can see around them or feel around them. Prophets and mystery school creators have been clairsentient in sensing the deeper meanings of revelation within the body from a very deep place within the messages given to them. This is why I had to take a stand with Morg. He really was discriminatory towards clairsentience, and I sensed this was a time that was needed to show another perspective to him and others who are following his every word without questions. Clairsentients can feel or sense the weight of humanity's emotions. This causes much stress, anxiety, and feelings of helplessness inside. It makes us either become advocates or healers to want to try to stop the suffering of others because we feel it so deeply it actually affects us physically. Right now, I feel the mass genocide of the Rohingyas. I sense the people in suffering states who are poor and unemployed, and it drives me to talk about issues that sometimes others would not want to talk about. Because of this burden, we tend to like to hide at times and find inner peace within ourselves. We have to learn how to turn off the censor within us and just turn it inwardly only at times. This gives us a break to release from the bonds of feeling others' feelings and pains and sufferings, and it allows us to have a break in order to really focus on our inner state so that we do not neglect our own needs. On the other side, we cry in total happiness with others. We feel their joy too, and it moves us to places beyond description. We can feel such profound beauty in the world and in humans, and we sense this within our own inner world. We actually take great joy in observing and feeling the happiness, salvations, and healings of others. Their joy becomes our joy, and we feel it as deeply as the other person. It makes us feel so good with them, and we love life even further. Tolkien wrote his elves to be clairsentient. All of them had this ability to sense or feel something not yet to come, or deep within hidden from the surface. I believe he wrote the elves in this nature because he himself was a clairsentient, and this is why I understand and feel where he was always coming from and where he was leading us with his tales. I hope that this brings clarity to you if you are a clairsentient and do not understand your own abilities and gifts. And maybe this is why you resonate with the elves, because this is a major ability of the elves. And in all of the stories of the Elves of Tolkien, you will see examples of this ability to be able to sense or feel the emotions of others. This is the thing that actually protected the elves from being manipulated by Melkor or Morgoth when he came down into the physical in Arda and he started to go around the elves. At first, they were fooled a bit, or some of them were fooled, but after a while, some of them really truly caught on, and they really sensed something very evil inside of this character Morgoth, and then they banned him. And this is what caused the problems that later on we saw. But it's interesting to see how Tolkien was able to kind of infuse a part of himself within Lord of the Rings. He absolutely was also a hobbit, and he also saw himself as man. But in the abilities of the elves to be clairsentient, Tolkien saw himself reflected within that. So Hannah and Leigh for listening, and I hope to see you in the next video.